Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to our poor Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Shem Kodash. Call Halalim La Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Shem Kodash. That's in the ancient Hebrew saying all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly call Jehovah, God or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Alright, it's like, yeah. Was just testing the audio. Yeah, definitely want to give double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all our brothers and Modia pushing His word in sincerity and in truth to all believe in His gospel. Shalom. So again, to this lesson here, title, "The World is About to Witness the Power of the Lord." And true name of the Most High in the Hebrew is Yahweh. Son name, true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Is what's been taking place to all the hurt here. We can see the fear of the Most High is not really in the hurt right now. For the most part, you have the hopeful elect, we fear the Most High, but the world hasn't seen His power. Part of that, is based on this precept here in the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as His people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips to honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. Why? Because the world, mainly under Christianity, have taught not really to fear the Most High, because He's an all-loving God, and that Satan alone do evil, and the Most High don't do no form of evil, and them something there. In time somebody dead or car crash and broke up, a Satan alone do it. So people give homage or fear unto Satan and not unto the Most High. But it's going to be known right now, the Most High having prophets out there, teaching that, hey, there's a destruction coming and it's coming by Him. And for the most part, the world don't believe. But when the destruction come, as is written, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them, and we are what? We speak on behalf of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So the world gonna know that, hey, this destruction is being done by the Lord, and so they're gonna fear Him, and they're gonna see His power. And then also He's gonna send His son Yahweh Shai to return, to destroy the so-called white man and these nations, and also He's gonna rise up His elect. So that just like how when the Moses deliver us out of ancient Egypt, the scripture says, let's get this real quick. I think it's Jeremiah 16, verse 14. It says, therefore, behold, the day is come, say the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And that is a renowned thing up to this day. Because when we ever come conquer the heathens in the land at that point, them tell them here what the Most High do unto Egypt, and them fear, because them know the power that's with us. And to the hears by the hands of the so-called white race, that has been watered down. Some people think it's myth. Some people think, oh no, God no exists and blah blah blah. But the Most is about to, make it be known. Going to show Him presence in the earth, and people going to fear. It says, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel. Let's put it out there, the Israelites today, or you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Spanish Latinos, from the land of the north, were basically brought into Babylon, but then, but now we are in Mystery Babylon the Great, right? Modern day Egypt, right? Or people over there also in North America, which is Babylon, Mystery Babylon, the Most High going to deliver us from that land and from all the lands whither He had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. So this is about to happen. And now the Most High do it. When we go to the book precept here in the book of Isaiah chapter 31 verse 4, for thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion, and for the hill thereof, as birds flying. So will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem, defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. So the Most High is about to send his son Yahushua and the hosts of heaven, right, to fight for Mount Zion, fight for the Israelites. He like that, on this side. I know them going to do it in so-called UFOs, going to block out the sky. Scripture speaks about the Satan, and his army, and Yahushua and his army. Well, Michael and his army, which Michael is what the chief, one of the chief angel, under the ruling of Yahushua, gonna fight against these Edens. You can read Second Ezra's the 13th chapter. You get a vision of how we gonna set up the war in heaven. Revelation 12 verse 7 on down. Revelation 19 verse 11 on down. Speaks about the war in heaven. And these Edens gonna lose because the Most High build them up with all form of weaponry and aircraft that them think that them are God. So people fear them like who can take down America, who can take down Russia, who can take down NATO. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and him gonna show that when him returning, when he sent him son with these chariots, and even before that, the level of destruction and hell where the Most High bring upon the earth, the world will know that there's a power. This is Jeremiah 16 verse 21. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know mine hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is the Lord Yahweh. They shall know that He is. I'm about to show it. They're not even whole in power, there's a little piece, a snippet, but it's going to be so great that all scripture say all knees shall bow and all tongue shall confess that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is Lord. This is Isaiah 47 verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, which is referring to America, Mr. Baban the Great. I will take vengeance. So the Most High going to take vengeance in America and destroy it with fire. I will not meet thee as a man. So him now come back as a man where he can kneel up and cross. He may come back with full power. As Scripture with power and great glory. Let's get that real quick. So let me get it in a Luke 21, verse 25. I go to the point, Luke 21, verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in cloud and with power and great glory. So him come back with power. That's why Scripture saying, fall him ride upon white horses. Go back to the power. Technology far surpasses the understanding of man, defies so-called defies the laws of physics, the law of physics. Doing things where man can understand with them brain through the power of the Most High. So it's that man come with power and great glory, and the cloud. I'm referring to the chariot, so-called UFO. All right, and this is all for the deliverance of the elect and glorification. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12, verse 17. For when men will not believe that thou art of a full power, thou showest thy strength. And that's what's going to take place, yo. Because the world right now believe that, oh, yeah, but Big Bang evolutionism or Christian believe, oh, God is all loving and God not do evil and and them really when you really made it, scripture say love for paraphrasing that them limiting power. Like God can't do this or God can't do that or God not do this or not do that. And when you look at the people when they're in trouble, them don't really look up to the Most High. It's like they must say God not. Them don't really say it outright, but by them actions, and them say actions speak louder than words. Them not really believing in the Most High, cause them limiting power. Like for example, in order for you, if you get anything in the society or when it meets it, even the time of trouble that's coming, a lot of people go take the MOTB or that microchip or that thing can record him if they will get strike. Why? Because them limit the power of the Most High. Them don't believe. So the Most High gonna show his true power. So the world can know that he is. And the white man don't know nobody. So don't fear him. The scripture say, why you fear a man that shall die? But because the Most High for the most part has been withdrew his power from the earth right now, people just think that, hey, some say no exists. There's no God. But it says, for when men will not believe, says go back to faith, which an idea that's faith is a gift, that thou art of a full power, that he is and he is control of everything, thou showest thy strength. And this is a time when people don't believe that he's of a full power. So he's going to show his strength. And among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest. And that's what's going to happen, yo. Because scripture say, lawful like our shine, you know. I, let me read this. I have several priests upon there. It says this is Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. So the name of the Lord will be feared. Well, I know you tell people the name of the Most High and they mock and think light of it. When the name of the Lord is mentioned coming days, you're going to have weight to it throughout all the earth. We fear the Most High name because we know. Say, yo, the Most High terrible and it's not a portal to it can mess with. But the world don't know that. So guess what? I'm going to make them know. You know, through pain. As it's written, the same shall know it after death by pain. It says, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood. So when the white man think that, oh yeah, man, he can run in upon the Most High's heritage. So the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And that spirit will be divine intervention. That standard will be a divine intervention. Brothers getting spiritual power. Angel basically they call it angel acting on the behalf of the hopeful elect. Maybe chariots coming down, fighting for brothers. I mean, I don't know, I can't tell you specifics, but I can tell you that the power of the most will be shown. Because even the UFOs, them know, the chariots, them will make themselves seen, more frequently. And them about out where the Congress hold two conference, one private and one one is a public, but we know them were told a lot of things. Right? Trump created the Space Force. Russia actually worrying about it too. Cause them a see them and them know say yo, even when they have a air show in Britain, and a chariot basically just whoop past one of them is jet, you know, faster speed down than you can think. I said them worried, because these are some of the standard things that will basically interfere, and Esau's plan on the behalf of the elect. As we speak about even spiritual power, the most I gonna give his elect. This is Isaiah 41 verse 14. Fear not, though worm Jacob, because no we're vulnerable, no we're weak. We easily smashed. The white man have us, in derision. It says, and he, men of Israel, I will help thee, say the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. Thou shalt make the hills as calf. And these represent mountains, represent big governments, like NATO. You have America, you have Russia, you know, and small the hills will be like some regular, nobody. And we'll go back to what these powers that set up in the earth right now. The most I go use them. The scripture said the saints shall take the kingdom, because the most I are gonna basically what exalted saints and give them power to take down these enemies. And of course, our Lord Yahushua and the angels are gonna be, here to help, to hear, right? And by that, when we, when the Most High pull down these powers, you're gonna show that hey, then if the white man this up, but then have all form of technology, and the Most High just pull him down. So as the scripture say, you need a held up sword, you know, and thus from my innumerable multitude, there was just a dust and smell of smoke. Just destroy them at one go. Finish him. So say all knees shall bow and all tongue shall confess that yeah, he's the most high, he's all powerful. It says, thou shalt find them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. Because what we will know that hey, the Most High is acting on our behalf. The Most High is the one that actually lift us up. Because we're not a power now. No, we're feeble just like any other man. So the Most High change us, give us spiritual bodies, give us spiritual power. All credit goes to Him. And the world gonna know that. And just before that, the destruction will come upon the face of the earth. They're gonna know that hey, the Most High is bringing it. People, scripture said, the slain of the Most High shall be from one end of the earth unto the other. So in the level of catastrophe that's coming upon the face of the earth, yo, as let's read it real quick as we did it. As Luke 21, verse 25, it says, and there shall be there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars, and God. The scripture said that before these things happen, the Most High tell with them, you know. So we can't say, I know God, other the heathen God, I know God, which is no God, do it. Because the Bible prophecy of these things. So when them come to pass, we can say, that God that they prophesy said these things are happen. And them going to run to holler, then going to run to sweet Jesus, then going to run to what I want to name the Rasta one, fuck Selassie. No help, you know. Well only in the name. The scripture say, they that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. So anybody that call upon other gods, they will be destroyed because there is no power there, and that's going to be known when these destruction come. It says, and upon the earth distress of nations, the nations stress out. You know what we do. Right? It says, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts feeling them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So these rulers, them gonna lose it. Because Scripture tells the Most High, send these plagues. Who is sending them? Yahweh Shemi Oshai. And who can take them back? Nobody. Nobody. As the Scripture says, the Most High send the plagues them is like a shot of arrow shot of a mighty archer. Nobody can turn that back. And it's going to be known because we are saying, thus saith the Lord. Right? Next precept I have here in deck, is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations. So the Most High will use his elect to beat down these nations. And with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So the Most High do it through us. So again, all credit goes to him. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. Because guess what? There won't be a new power sit upon the face of the earth. And the scripture says this when we go to the book of Luke 21, verse 27. Sorry, Luke 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. So anybody who gets subject under this new government will be destroyed. And nobody now going to there to deliver them. As written, none shall live out of my hand. So again, if people being forced in subjection and nobody can know about it, then who is the true power? Yahweh Shem Shai, and that's what the world gonna know very soon, that the most of Yahweh Shem Shai is to be feared and gonna seize power. But the more, as the scripture say, he might rise again to shake the earth. The scripture say the earth are rock to and fro like a drunkard when these nukes hit ground zero, meaning in America, Mr. Babylon the Great. So the world will know that there's a God, and that's what the world is about to witness, through terror. The Most High Scripture said that call him the King of Terror. The Most High terrorize the earth, and show that he's a God to be feared. Fuck around. Cause right now people been fucking around. Nobody not no fear for the Most High. Nobody not give a shit about the Most High laws. So him come. All right then, big up on yourself. And let loose him dead angels, spirits that are created for vengeance. And nobody now can do nothing about it. Not even the big and mighty white man, the cracker. Him a going to slavery and none can hinder. Right? I'm going to close with this. This is let's see, this is Romans chapter 9 and verse let me see. Let's start at verse 15, Romans 9, verse 15. For he said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy, and this will be manifest. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. So the most I raised up Pharaoh hard in him heart, that he might be stubborn and hard is, and the leg of the children of Israel, so the most they can plague Egypt and then destroy Egypt, them armies, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. And that was exactly what was done. Pharaoh was a great, Egypt was a great empire. Your Pharaoh, big and mighty. Some of them are known as gods. All right, then you one God. All right, then the Most High boop and break him down. Oh shit! Fear the Most High. Like you have a big bad bully on the block and him beat up everybody and you see a man that's going to kick your ass with these. Who will be the bad man? Who everybody go fear? The man will kick your ass. That's what the Most High could do, yo. So the Most High mount up the white man with all farmer weaponry and power. People fear them like pussy. Just running in the scripture for to America as the armor of the earth. Pound any country where disobey them. I want girl on them. And nobody can run about it. So guess what? I'm gonna send him son and the angels them. But pound America and the so-called white man and NATO. All these are the nations. And who them I go fear? It says, therefore, are ye mercy on whom you'll have mercy, and whom ye will ye harden it. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? For who had resisted his will? Nobody. You know? It says, nay, but, O man, who art thou that replies against God? Shall the thing formed say of to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Had, the, had not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? That's the so-called white race. Him gonna use them to show him power when him basically puff them up and then boop and back them down. But the world know that hey, there is a power. And that power is also in Israel. Fear him. And that he might make known his riches, knowing the riches of his glory on the vessel of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. And that vessel fit for mercy is the nation of Israel. Because right now we're people destroyed, on all levels. What the level of glorification, exaltation, and the most like gonna lift us from the dust, you're gonna know that hey, there is a power, and the world is about to see that, honey. I can't wait. You know, being around people, you wanna fear the most and not give a shit about his laws and no empower you just going about doing them wickedness. As the scripture say, he shall no longer allow them to continue in these things. I think that's at Second Ezra 15 verse 8. I'm mistaken or 6, one of them, you know. But by through the terror, with the most they bring upon the face of the earth, and his son Yahushua come in, set up his kingdom. Right, as let's see if we can get this real quick. Uh Hold on. Philippians 2 verse 10. Visit this. All right, this is Philippians chapter 2 verse 10. It says that at the I'm going to just read verse 10 to the point of close. This is Philippians 2, verse 10, that at the name of which true name is Yahweh Shai, that's going to be known as well, every knee should bow of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is Lord to the glory of Yahweh the Father. And that's what's about to be done. The scripture speaks about when Yahweh Shai, has basically conquered all things, he might basically live up the kingdom to his father. Because everything is within the Most High. Roughly paraphrase as precept, and that's what the world is about to witness. and experience, use the word experience, the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And by thus through experience, they will know that He is, right, Yahweh. What this says is edifying to like out there, giving our praise to our power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakodash. Double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the full, like, shalom.